Son of a... Hi, I'm Dan Maglano with Tatsu Dojo, and in this video, we're going to talk very briefly about the Nunchaku, otherwise known as nunchucks or nunchucks. Talk really briefly about how we use them here, and like really three simple things that you can use if you want to, or three simple tools to use if you actually want to learn how to use these. Okay, so first of all, what makes these so iconic? You know, what makes these such a well-known weapon? Well, if you want to learn how to use these for self-defense, there's three easy steps, okay? First, you want to make sure that you pick the right kind for you. Now, for me, because I've used several different versions of this, some people like the more traditional kind that are, you know, they're octagons and they have the rope that separates them. I don't like those because those are particularly heavy and it's just a little bit harder to manipulate, and I've had that rope break on me more than once, so I like a chain. Two, when you pick these up, make sure that you always check, right? And make sure that nothing's going to break on you before you start swinging those things around, because you never know where they're going to end up. And three, and most important, if you plan to use these for self-defense, but you don't ever plan to hit anything with them, you're just going to swing them in the air, do yourself a favor, fold them up, and put them away. Because the only way that you're going to learn how to use these, like any other weapon, is if you actually apply that. And so I see a lot of videos, really skilled people, you know, who can swing these around quite a bit. And you know, once you get the hang of this, it's really not that hard. Danger, you know, it's really just a matter of coordination, right? And that's really cool. And I know I'm not really as great as some other people, but I can do it, right? Here's the deal. All that stuff that you see me doing, all this, means nothing. It's just a transition. It's like taking a step and going somewhere. It doesn't mean anything. What really matters is if you can hit something with these. Okay? If you're going to use any weapon at all, except maybe a bladed weapon, and even so, I think you want to do this, but you have to hit things, okay? It's like if you don't hit things with a weapon, it's kind of like doing kata, for example, kata and kihon, punch in the air, but you never hit anything. Like you never hit a makiwara board, or you never hit a punching bag, or you never try to hit a person, okay? So it's just a dance, right? So if you're not trying to hit things on a frequent basis, you know, especially with something like these, then you're just kind of doing this. So, again, this is why I'm saying learn how to use simple strikes, because what's really important is follow through, right? And that's one thing that people really don't understand when they start using this, because follow through is easy when you're hitting the air. Follow through is not so easy when you hit something like this. And so what I mean by follow through, if you don't follow through, your blade gets caught. Well, if you don't follow through with this, it's going to come back and hit you in the hand, which I will not demonstrate because I've done that plenty of times, but it looks something like this. See, it's simple stuff like that, because how else are you going to use these, okay? If you're actually using this against an assailant per se, how else are you going to do it? You know, if you have the wherewithal to use these and you're not freaking out because you're in an actual confrontation, it's better that you learn simple striking techniques than all this other twirly stuff that a lot of other people do. So I always tell my students, saying, single strikes, those are your best. And it's kind of like learning how to fight in general. The really fancy schmancy stuff is not going to work in reality. It's really, nothing beats a good elbow. You know what I mean? It's the non-sexy, non-fun stuff. But if you want to learn how to use these, then learn how to do it in a way that's actually functional And then then you can add in some of this other stuff, right? But then this makes sense because you've actually hit things with it, okay? Hey, I hope this was helpful. Thanks for watching.